everyone, welcome to another Mind and Muscle Transformation Diary. This is Adam after a very interesting leg workout. So today's leg workout is particularly interesting because I did a couple of things that are not usually the norm. And this is going to show you how I continue to learn and continue to execute what I learn, and I continue to grow. And this is what I want you guys to learn and apply and take from me into your training. Okay. So I had just purchased a pair of knee wraps, which I've used here and there before, but I never had a pair that I use on a consistent basis, mainly because I was strong enough not to need them, and when I would push the kind of weights that I would need them, there was no discomfort or pain of any sort. But now I'm starting to get a little bit of discomfort in my knees when the weights start getting up there. So being proactive about injury prevention, I went ahead and I purchased a good quality pair of knee wraps, and today was my first day of using them. And the first thing that I must note to myself is there's a particular technique to how I should be wrapping the knee wraps, and I haven't done this in a while, so I need to kind of refresh myself on that. And that's going to be the first order of business. Now the second thing is, as I was kind of preparing to train a little bit heavier than I usually have, because I now have the added peace of mind and security and safety of the knee wraps, I came across an idea of kind of being versatile and a little bit creative, not really creative, but a little bit getting more mileage and more bang for your buck, so to speak, out of this new training tool. So the knee bands, I was able to see that I can use them to do what's known as occlusion training or blood flow restriction training, which is a method that's being studied in recent years for improving muscle growth and performance, and basically helping gain size and growth in the muscle at lower intensities of training, therefore being safer training wise, which is definitely something that I'm interested in. So as I finished the heavier, more high intensity hypertrophy based training portion of my workout, I transitioned into a few sets of restriction on my quads as I was doing leg extensions. And I must say that there's definitely something interesting there for me. I do want to continue using this training technique, but I also need to, in addition to figuring out and stepping up the way that I wrap my knees for the heavier sets, blood flow restriction happens at lower weights and higher reps. But I need to get my my wrapping or my occlusion or my blood flow restriction kind of wrapping also down pat, because there are going to be two different methods of wrapping and utilizing that same piece of equipment. All right, so there's definitely work for me to be done on my downtime in preparation for the next workout. Now, in addition to this is what I use within the workout. But another thing, I'm gonna start using knee wraps to train a little bit heavier and be a little bit safer on that. I'm going to be doing blood flow restriction with it, training, which I've never done before. Might as well start building more good habits of training into this workout. which is, for me, that's something that I know I'm not doing as much of, and this is an opportunity to grow into it. I don't stretch or foam roll as much as I need to. So today's workout started with a few minutes of foam rolling and using the stick roller as well on my quads, my hamstrings, and my calves. And I definitely noticed a difference in my workout, so I'm definitely going to keep that up. So the workout structure as far as legs go from now on is going to be foam roll the legs, get started with the workout, use the knee wraps on the knees where necessary, and wrap the extremities for blood flow restriction where it would be beneficial. And this is going to be the new game plan, and of course I'm going to work on improving my technique as far as that goes, so that my wrapping fits the two very different purposes just right. Alright, so this is it, folks. Keep following up with me on this. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna keep updating with my experiences on blood flow restriction training. It's obviously not gonna be the only thing that I do for legs from now on, but I'm gonna start including it more regularly on my leg days, and probably I'm thinking also about getting like some kind of elbow wrap or tourniquet for arms and start experimenting with that. So definitely stay tuned so I can update on that experimentation as well. But until then, stay well, stay strong, stay smart.